Good morning, everyone. Hello, happy Wednesday. I hope you're all well. How are you doing? Leave me a comment if you can see and hear okay. Now, speaking about hearing, there's going to be a lot of strange noises today. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's good. We've got people working on the roof today. I was going to cancel the live, but I didn't want to because I cancelled it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to do probably a quick live because there's going to be lots of noise. There's going to be doors banging because it's windy. We've obviously got gents working on the roof, so there's going to be some drilling, some banging, but we'll get this done and see how we go. Good morning to Carol. Yeah, cold but bright. So it's not bright here. It's cloudy. It's miserable. It's windy. We're threatening rain. It's all of the above. So, but I'm glad you've still got some sunshine. Hello to Karen. Can see and hear fine. Brilliant. Thank you. Lynn Harrison. Very excited. Her squirrel, hedgehog, and word designer have just been delivered. Fabulous. I can't wait to see what you make with them. Rachel Whitehorn, good morning to you, and Anne Morris, and Adele, and Vicky, good evening to you, and Shelley Bushnell. Let me just scroll up, make sure I don't miss anybody. Vicky, hello, how are you? I hope you're well, love. And let's pop over to YouTube as well. So Debbie, good morning. Debbie's in first on YouTube. Hello from Florida. Hopefully you've got some nicer weather than we've got here. We've actually got a storm. Is it Storm Kieran coming over? Kieran with the C. I believe that's the name of it, coming over now for the next few days. Tomorrow's meant to be really, really bad. High winds, but today it's a bit blustery this morning. It's threatening rain on and off, but it's just generally miserable out there, really. Claire, hello to you. Hope you're well. And Anna, oh good, brilliant. Thank you very much. Isla, hello. Katerina, I was going to say Katrina, I apologise. Katerina, Laurie, you're usually first. What's happening today? And Tanya from Swindon and Jeanette. Okay, so I've done some hellos. Anyone else just joining? Hello to you as well. I hope you're all having a good week. Let me know what's been happening, what's new this week. Have you bought any crafty purchases? Have you found any new techniques? Jeanette's got torrential rain as well. I know it's horrible, isn't it? So, like I said in the description, today we're going to be looking at some foiling techniques. I've actually got a laminator here. I'm going to pop it on. It was warmed up ready, and then I turned it off. So now I'm just going to finish warming it up again, or re-warm it up. It won't take a few moments, because now lots of you probably will have seen these techniques before, but I've only really just discovered them. And now I've always used a laminator to do foiling when I've used a toner printer. So you've got the toner ink, so you can hear that they're working right above me, literally right above me at the moment. So toner ink's fine, but you need to either buy the products that's already got the toner printed onto it, or you need a toner printer. And actually, I hadn't realised that you can use foils with your laminating machine with heat embossing, which is brilliant, which just basically means you can foil absolutely any stamp that you've got. Laurie's busy figuring out Christmas gifts. Oh, you've said the C word. Actually, I was going to work a little bit on Christmas. Look, it's not just you. Look, I have got my Christmas stamps out. So let's do this. But that also then means if you're going to use your embossing, you can use stencils, embossing folders as well. You can do patterns with. So there's lots of different ways you can go with this. So we're going to have a play for as long as noise will allow, sort of thing. Vanessa, good morning. Just had notification your Woodlands collection is on the way. So excited. That is another thing. Thank you so much, everybody who joined me for the launch on Friday, who purchased, whether you're a VIP and purchased Thursday or on Friday or over the weekend. I love you all. Thank you so much. It's selling really quickly. I think the word designer, the word label designer die set is getting close to soon being sold out. We obviously don't do things like limited stock and such, but yeah. Now, I only had a brief play with this technique yesterday, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to do it in my life. So I'm actually playing quite a bit today. So there will be a bit of experimenting. I know lots of you actually quite like to see that. Good morning, Monica. Hope you're well. And Tanya, she loves woodlands. Yeah, me too. So there may be some accidents that happen, but we don't mind those, do we? So I'm going to start off with from my Snow Flurry collection. I've got the stamp here that's all the words. I just think this is brilliant as a background. But if you want to then cut out the words because they're foiled, you could do that as well. So let's just see. There we go. So now I'm going to go on to smooth. This is really like super smooth cardstock. So it's 300 GSM smooth cardstock. And I'm going to heat emboss first of all. I'm going to use my powder. I don't know whether I should or not because I'm running it through the laminating. I'm not sure whether that will kind of make the foil stick more or less. We'll try it with powder, we'll try it without. Laurie loves experimenting. It's the best way for me to learn. Exactly. I'm learning with all of you. So as I learn things, hopefully you will too. Right, so let's put lots of clear. I'm using Versamark. If you've got, I don't know, like Wow embossing ink, any of the other brands, you could use that too. There is a distress embossing ink, and I always wondered why. Like, what's the difference? Embossing ink's embossing ink, is it not? Some of the tools that I'll be using are new ones that are not at Craft Stash yet, but will be in the early next year. So I can't tell you where everything's from, but I have got a pinned link on both YouTube and Facebook, and that's to anything that you can purchase, like the Snow Flurry stamps, for example, on Craft Stash. Right, so let's go over that. There we go. Now, this obviously previously had some black ink on it, but it doesn't matter. Let's just pop over to Facebook. I'm flipping between the two, so I don't want to miss anybody. Let's have a look. Jenny Bayliss, good morning. She's a bit late this morning. Phone call. Yes, typical, isn't it? I actually had 5 minutes and I went out the back to have a look at what the blokes were doing on the roof before I started this, and I got chatting, and then I realised, I need to get in. Every day's a school day, exactly, Shelley. Vicky's about to take the kids to the library for Lego Club. Oh, is it half term for you? We had that last week. Lynn Bartlett, don't worry, you're not really late. It's only a few minutes past 10. I don't mind at all, but I hope you got on okay at the dentist. So I'm actually running really low on clear embossing powder. I might have to have a hunt round for some more in my stash, but I don't think it matters what colour embossing ink and powder you use. So let's make the most of that. Let's get that all over there. Make sure it's got all the bits. Okay. There, I think that's got it. Let's heat set this. That's just clear powder. Let's get that warmed up and have a look at some comments. Let's see. I hope no one's got these horrible bugs that are going around at the moment. Typical, the kids go back to school and they all come out, don't they? Good morning, Gillian Godfrey. I hope you're well. Having a good week? What? This technique is brand new to me. Let's hope I can make it work on the first go. I will make it work. I'm just testing out different papers, different methods, but so the fact that this is actually black ink, looks like black ink, it doesn't matter. We just want the embossing powder. So essentially what happens is when you run this through the laminating machine, the heat from the laminating machine remelts the embossing powder and then makes the foil stick to it. It adheres the foil. So it doesn't really matter, I don't think, what colour what colour powder or ink you use. Actually, I've got a bit of my stamp missing there. I didn't catch that. So just melting it once. I don't know how it would work if you didn't melt it the first time and allowed it to melt as you went through the machine. I think that would get messy, to be honest. You'd probably miss spots. Now, I did find out yesterday that if you use a textured cardstock, the foil tends to kind of adhere to the texture of the cardstock. So we don't want that. Well, you might want that if you want a really distressed look. This is quite a big stamp to be embossing, so bear with me while I get it all melted. I've got some smaller images as well. Got some snowflakes. I think I might try the snowflakes onto black cardstock. See how they look. Okay, I think everything's pretty much... Now there's a bit there, there's a bit on the frosty that hasn't got, for some reason, I don't think it's, the powder's not melted. I've just moved the powder, so that's going to be a bit of a splodge there. I thought, oh, that doesn't look glossy. It's because I haven't melted the powder, dipstick. Right. There we go, that's glossy. That's a bit messy, that Y, where I just shoved my finger in it. But let's see. Okay. Has anyone actually done this technique before? What colour shall we do? Shall we do gold? So these foils came with my, I just want this to cool down first. The foils that I'm using came with the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill, the pen, the handheld pen. So basically any heat reactive foils I believe will work. I know Paper Mania have some as well. They have some nice ones. And you may be thinking, well, why don't you just heat emboss? I think heat embossing you don't get the same sort of shine as you do with foiling. Just not quite the same. Right, so put that over there. Now you can tape that down if you wish, but I ain't gonna. I'm gonna take a piece of paper. This is just copy paper, thin as possible really. It's just to guide it through the machine, but I don't want to stop any heat getting to the foil. So Gillian says she's good, thanks Lou. Busy trying to sort out your craft room as your joiner comes a week Monday to install your new craft room units, but it's mayhem to empty the room and work full time. I know the feeling. I know the feeling exactly. Okay, right, so just lay that, make sure that's all laid down flat. Put that in there. Right, I don't really want this foil sticking out on the edge here. I'm not sure how that will affect things, so I'm going to trim that just a tad. I actually had a really horrid night's sleep last night. One of those nights where I was hot, then I was cold, and then I'm not ill, by the way. It's the way I said that, sorry. Then the dishwasher started beeping, saying it was having issues in the middle of the night. And can't wait to see, well, if we can see, Gillian, your craft room. Okay, so I've got my foil on top, the coloured side up, the silver, like the matte side, is down onto the heat embossing. Heat embossing's all cooled down now. We're going to remelt it. So you could heat emboss in batches and then do this. And we're just running it through inside that piece of copy paper. I'm hoping that that's not too thick and that it will allow the heat to get to there. And it usually takes about, this one takes about 30 seconds or so to go through. While that's doing, let's see if I've got any more clear embossing powder. But like I said, I don't think it needs to be clear. I think any colour is okay. I actually haven't. Do you believe it? I actually haven't got any other clear powder here. I've got every other colour. I've got white, gold. There we go. So let's see how this comes out. Now, I like to let it cool before, so technically you're adhering the foil while it's warm. I've also got some lines in there. I like to let it cool before I peel. Ah, I've got a bit, I can see there's an air bubble under there. Maybe I did need to tape that down. Yeah, I think I did. I need to tape. I wonder if I can run that back through though. Maybe. Let's stretch that over there. I haven't done an image this big before. Yesterday when I was playing with this, it was much smaller. So let's just pop that down there. There's me trying to be smart and not tape things down. Let's run it through once more. I can see it's stuck around the edge here. Let's try again. Because it kind of got an air bubble underneath it, I think. And some creases in it. We'll see how this goes. What was I saying? Yes, I was playing with this with smaller images yesterday, so it's much easier. So, I will show you the most exciting one. I've got to get some others, but I'll show you that in a little while. It's so quick and easy, and if you've ever bought textures papers before, let me just see actually if any of the woodland papers would work while I'm waiting for that to go through. Let's see if I can reach them. Where are you? That might work. Let's see. We can have a go with that one. Right. Does it seem a bit of such a larger? I think it's done the same, to be honest, but we shall see. We shall see what it looks like. Definitely got the word white. I think maybe you want to do smaller areas. Let's see, shall we? I think it's called enough. Oh, isn't that pretty? Hang on, let me come back to see. So you can see where we've got the air bubble. There we go. Oh, playing up, same my stream. You can see where we've got the foil has caught on in some places. Isn't that gorgeous white snowflakes? Isn't that pretty? Okay, now this is creased. I wonder whether once it's creased, it's creased. You've got no chance with that. So let's do something a bit more fun. So we'll take, I'm going to take textures paper. Oh, here's one. Textures paper. Look at this. So we can foil these, the black in these. So basically these are printed with toner. So technically you've already got toner sheets at home if you've got my textures papers, any with black on. Now when I've been reading up about this in the past, you want to use black. I will do some more heat embossing. I'll do some smaller images, see if the smaller areas will work better. So this worked brilliantly yesterday. I'm going to use rose gold because I'll show you a gold and a silver that I did yesterday. This worked so well yesterday. I know some of us said I've blown their mind already, but wait till you see it proper work. It's just so much fun. Okay. Now I've got a feeling Craft Stash are going to start stocking laminators, by the way. So this is my Sentiments for All pack. If you've not seen it before, let me just get the header sheet. Well, I would. It's hiding under here. I'm still not in my normal craft room. Lots of you know. It's being plastered this Friday though, 2 days time. So that's the pack that I'm using. You can see I use it a lot. This is actually 2 packs in one as well, I think. So just a few of these, and yesterday the foil stuck to anywhere where the black was. So that was the black writing or the black background. Now smaller areas, so I'm not going to take this one down. Somebody actually asked me in the live, sorry, I'm just going to, whoop, that wasn't straight, it annoys me, because I've got the lines on my wood grain background, I can tell if it's straight or not. Leave it, leave the camera alone, so I can tell if it's perfectly straight. Now this looks amazing, and I've got a couple of, I've got the gold and silver to show you as well when we do the reveal. And I'm going to try this one. Now, you're supposed to use black ink is the best. I'm wondering whether or not it will work on this. It could be that the colour is also, just let that sit and cool for a moment. Could be that the colour will also pick up the foil. So we'll try it. We'll try it and see. Okay. Oh yes, this one's worked. Now it looks like a solid piece. So yesterday I thought, oh no, it's spoiled the whole lot. Are you ready? I'm letting it cool. Da, 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 da. Look, we've got, so I think that's probably, so you can see the detail. That one's actually stuck, I don't know why, that one's stuck to the background. Let's have a look at these. These that I did yesterday, we've got gold. Look, I mean, look how clear that is. Obviously, once you put it in the light, you struggle to see, but it's gold. And then we've got this one is, again, really clear, but it's silver. You see that it's silver? I love these. I love them. I just think they're absolutely brilliant. I quite like the speckles that we got in the back of that one. We didn't get it in this one or this one. I don't know whether it's because maybe this is hotter. This is hotter now because I've had it on for a while. So then we've got that, and I feel like I reckon if you heat emboss an entire panel, I wonder if you could, should we do it? Should we just have a play? Let's take a thin piece of paper. I'm going off piste a little bit. I don't like to waste anything. Right, so let's just put embossing ink all over this bit of paper. Who's got a laminator at home? I know it's a kind of an old school thing, isn't it? Right. I'm going to use white embossing powder this time. My trusty little card base for funneling it back in. There. How is it holding up, the picture and the sound? I've got that horrible red mark again saying that it's not streaming, but it looks to be. Let's see. I do me, good morning. Yeah, you're all there still. So who said good morning? Sharon Stanley, good morning. Hello Rosalind, hope you're well. Jeanette, I love doing foiling. I use toner printer and laminate. This is exactly the same, just different ways rather than a toner printer. I mean, if you've got one, brilliant, but things like using your stamps. I'm going to go back. I'm going to try this book page and just see what happens with that, just so that you know what you can and can't use. But then I'm also going to emboss some snowflakes try it on black, see what that looks like. So here I'm just going to emboss some white. I don't know that the brand of embossing powder would really matter. I don't think so. So I'm just in a whole panel of embossing here. So I can hopefully transfer the waste. Now this is a little bit bumpy. That might make a difference as well. It's not perfectly, because it's such a large panel, it's not perfectly smooth embossing. I think this will make, if it works, I think it'll be quite a cool, kind of distressed look. Right, okay. Let's pop this in and see what happens, shall we? Now you can obviously see the pattern that we'll have if it works. Put the lid on my powder because I know what I'm like with that. Pop this in. The noise isn't too bad, is it? You've bought the sticky embossing powder and the foils. This is just normal embossing powder that I used yesterday, and that seemed to work quite well. So is that, okay, so Lynn Bartlett, so you've bought the sticky embossing powder and the foils. They're the ones where you stick the foils to the embossing before it cools down, isn't it? But you've got to be really quick with those. Like literally it's got to be already melted, still melted when you put the foil on. And then I think you have to press it down, leave it to cool before you peel it off. That's all I know about that. I've not tried that way, but I have obviously read about it. I've seen videos where people do it. I've got an old laminator, Jenny. Mine works absolutely fine. This is a new one that Craft Stash sent me, but I've got an old one. Works in the same way. Oh, of course. It just stick because I had embossing, didn't I? Right, let's see. So the waist, I don't think it's going to be very clear actually. Okay, just peel the backing off. So yeah, hang on, let me just see what you can see. Got a little bit of missed bit there, but I think there's some that I could cut out and use. So special Dare to Dream, they'd be nice in the background, wouldn't they? Because they're not too clear. And then we've got the foiled and the gold. I love the gold. I just think that's absolutely brilliant. And then we've got the silver as well. Let's have a go. Let's have a quick go with a little bit of this scissors. Okay, there they are behind me. Let's just do a little bit and see if it works. What colour should we do? Gold. I've got a little bit of gold here. That's handy. This is the last. Oh no, it's not the last of my gold. We'll see. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think that's going to be dark enough. And I think you've got background colour in there as well, which will probably stick to or the foil will stick to. Also, I need a fresh piece of paper because the embossing stuck to that one. But I'm going to give it a go, just because, why not? You don't know if you don't try. And if we do try and it doesn't work, you know not to bother trying it at home. Thought the 3 minutes make was good. This is 2. Thank you. There we go. So, there we go. Okay, so I've got it inside my copy paper again. Not taped it down again. Will I regret that? It's only a small piece. So hopefully not. And it's going in long ways. Just letting it. Somebody asked me in a craft stash video comment on YouTube what colour my nails were. So thank you if that was anyone here. I don't know. I have my sister-in-law every 2 weeks. She does my nails for me. She's a beautician. I do pay her, but she does my nails for me, and I can't remember what this colour was. It's actually almost a craft stash bluey, greeny, grey kind of colour. I'm actually going pink and a little bit sparkly next Monday. So it's each Monday. Right. Let's see if anything's happened at all. It might just be that the entire thing has foiled. I almost don't want to take it off. I want to let it cool first. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. I think, no, it hasn't. But do you know what? It's given it a shine, a gold speckle. That's actually really nice. Although it's not picked out the wording, which I wasn't sure that would anyway, but it's not quite picked out the wording. One more thing I want to have a look at. I have got this one. Geometrics paper. This. Now that's cool. That is black on white, isn't it? Has anyone got the Geometrics paper at home? So although that didn't... Should I use... No, I'm not going to use that. I'll do the heat embossing again in a moment. But yeah, I quite like the effect regardless of the shimmer that's... Look, it looks pearlescent now. Quite a nice way to get pearlescent paper, because it's got a light, I guess because it's a pale colour paper, it's got a light bit of toner on it. Not a lot, but a little bit. It's quite shimmery. It's pretty, isn't it? Looks glossy, plasticky. Right, let's go back to the comments. Like I say, I'll do some more heating up your laminator. I'm so heating up my laminator once I find room on my table. Yeah. I mean, this is a nice small one, so it doesn't even sit in there. Jeanette and Deb, you've got the Geometrics tattered lace machine and pre-printed. Oh yes, the pre-printed toner images. Now, were they the ones from many years ago? Because I think I demonstrated those on Create and Craft. I did some, they were florals and frames, and they were just like ephemera, already pre-cut. Right, let's have a look. This one should have worked pretty well. Obviously I didn't cover the entire image. Ah, yes, it did. Look at that. Hang on, let me make sure I've got the light on for you. There we go. Look, it's all foiled. Isn't that so cool? Love it. So if you've got white backing papers with black printed on, like the Geometrics, the Sentiments for All, they will work. Isn't that brilliant? Okay, so at least we know what will work. You need black and white papers. Oh, I know. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm just turning round because I've just remembered something. Where are they? I'm still here. Here we go. Katie Skilton has got My Creative Life papers, Watercolour Autumn. I loved it. I think this is such a pretty paper pack. I might try, just see whether this works. Sorry if this makes anyone's eyes go funny because it is a really small print. Let's quickly run this through. We'll just do it with this scrap of gold that didn't really come off. I think although it won't be solid gold, if it does work, it'd be interesting to see whether it's just textures papers or whether the sort of pretty much any from Craft Stash that have black and white. Feed that through. There we go. And then I promise we will go, right, we will do the snowflakes next. Gonna go on to black cardstock. Look, okay. I don't know if I can show you this. Look, isn't that awesome? You could foil that the same way as we kind of did with the excess from that. You could foil that into a background. That would look so cool. Okay, let's see how Katie's paper performs. I might get my husband's laminator Monica. Yes, go for it. Go for it. Right. Sorry, that's that not. Oh, 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 oh. Oh yes, I think. Oh, has it worked? It's patchy. It's patchy. It's not quite worked, but then again, we had already heated this once, hadn't we? I reckon that would work better if we used a fresh piece. It's not quite as good, but it's worth trying. Definitely worth giving it a glossy look. Okay. Now, as promised, let's do another bit of heat embossing. Let's make the heat embossing one work. Let's just do a silver snowflake. Take this one. Rather than getting the stamping platform out, I'm just going to use a small handheld. I'm not going to use powder. This is smooth, a smooth cardstock.